This is Lorenzo, and this is the Lifestyle Design Taxonomy lesson number 8. It's on our daily work schedule. In the previous 3 videos, we looked at the 12 universal activities of life. We also allocated a minimum number of hours to each of those activities. What we're going to do now and in the next 2 videos is create for ourselves the perfect daily schedule based on the number of hours we've allocated to all 12 activities. So in order for us to do that, we first need to create for ourselves the perfect daily work schedule, a daily health schedule, and a daily personal care schedule. And then at the very end, we need to integrate them in a way that creates the perfect daily flow for us. If you haven't done so already, make sure to download the Lifestyle Design Taxonomy PDF so that you can brainstorm ideas for how this applies to your own life. Right now, we are still in the matrix. In the previous 3 videos, we looked at the lifestyle activities in the work, health, and personal domains. We are now looking at creating a perfect daily schedule in the work domain. Let's go ahead and do that now. As a quick review, we saw that there are 12 universal activities of life, 4 in the work domain, 4 in the health domain, 4 in the personal care domain. Recall that in the work domain, we had 2 individual creative-based work activities balanced with 2 social service-based work activities. In the health domain, we have 2 individual activities of stress balance balanced with 2 social activities of energy balance. Finally, in the personal care domain, we have 2 individual activities of personal care balanced with 2 social activities of personal care. Activities of creative balance, stress balance, or personal balance are all activities that we do on our own or are best done by ourselves. Activities of social service, social balance, by definition, are activities that we do with others or in a social context. Activities of energy balance, while it can be done by ourselves, is best experienced also socially. Now remember, there's only 24 hours in a day. So if we're going to create the perfect daily schedule, we need to first make sure that we have allotted the correct number of hours to each of these activities. For example, in the work domain, I have allocated for 5 hours for creative pursuits and 2 hours for social services. In the health domain, I've got 8, 2 or 10 hours dedicated to activities of stress balance and 1, 2 or 3 hours dedicated to activities of energy balance. In the personal care domain, I've got 1, 2 hours for myself and 1, 2 hours with others. In total, we have 5 and 2 or 7 hours in the work domain, 10 and 3, 13 hours in the health domain, 2 and 2 or 4 hours in the personal care domain. 7 plus 13 plus 4 gives us 24 hours. Another way to look at this is that 30% of our day is dedicated to activities of work to help us maintain our socioeconomic status. 50% of our day is dedicated to activities of health to help us maintain and develop our physical potential. And finally, 20% of our day dedicated to activities of personal care to help us maintain our emotional well-being. Okay, so now that we've allocated each hour of the day to each of the 12 universal activities of life, we're finally ready to create the perfect daily schedule, starting with our daily work life. What I want to do now is show you an example of my daily schedule, but remember it's going to be different for everybody, but the structure and logic will be very similar. Every daily schedule starts with when we decide to go to bed and what time we choose to wake up. For me, because I want 8 hours of sleep each night, and because I want to wake up no later than 7 a.m., I have to make sure to go to bed by 11 p.m. Recall our 4 activities of work that we'll use as building blocks to create the perfect workday schedule. Number 1, we had individual creativity. Number 2, social management. Number 3, social service. And number 4, individual learning or studying. Now, regardless of your unique situation, I recommend that you break your daily schedule up into 3 distinct parts: morning activities, afternoon activities, and evening activities. Since I wake up at 7 a.m. and it takes me about 30 minutes to get ready, from 8 to 11 a.m. every morning, which is about 3 hours, I spend time solving the most meaningful problems of the day. From 11 to 12, for 1 hour, I'll have breakfast, which I'll combine with another activity such as management, where I'll take the opportunity to communicate to members of my team, social providers, or just general administration. Every day from 12 to 2, for another 2 hours, I've scheduled another work block where I'll either be doing individual creative work, or I'll have a call scheduled where I'll be delivering a service, teaching, coaching, or consulting. Next, from 4 to 5 p.m. each day for 1 hour, I have a dedicated block for learning, which I typically do while I eat, right after my workout, which I do between 2 to 4 p.m. each day, which is part of my health schedule. After which I have another 2-hour work block scheduled from 5 to 7 p.m. Finally, and just to be safe, in case I didn't get enough time to study or move throughout the day, every evening between 9 and 10 p.m. for at least an hour, I have another learning block scheduled. But the only difference is this time I'll be doing it while walking on the treadmill. So in summary, this is what a workday schedule looks like. It's going to be different for everyone. In the next video, we're going to take a look at how our workday schedule integrates with our health schedule, followed by our personal care schedule. See you there.